Welcome everyone to Victory Through V2K. This is a community-based peer support group where we share our experience, strength, and hope with each other. We may find common solutions for targeting. For tonight, we're going to be having Ann come share her story. And she was born and raised and lived in Fort Wayne, Indiana. She moved here to St. Louis going on 10 years ago. Her family and she were selected for this volatile and violating horrible programming due to low education and low income circumstances. Ann is now almost 51 years old and has been a targeted individual for that same amount of time. She currently resides in St. Louis, Missouri, and was born with a hereditary visual impairment called retinitis pigmentosa. She states it does not stop her from being highly independent and generally a very nurturing person. She's independent, and she's also a productive person, and she's happy to answer any and all questions regarding blindness, what it's like to be blind, and anything about her targeting experience. So now I would like to welcome Ann onto the call. Hi, Ann. How are you doing tonight?
Hello, good evening. It's a pleasure to be here tonight. I wish we could all be here under much, much more positive and nurturing circumstances, but these are the cards that we have been dealt, and together we will rise. I'd like to take this moment to welcome anybody that is new to the call. You're going to learn a lot here tonight. Don't be surprised if you are right there and fall right to sleep. It's not the perfs trying to knock you out. It's just the fact that you're in excellent company with people who believe you and know what you're going through. And from the comfort you would glean here and other similar meetings, that's what's going to help you fall asleep.
Could you tell us more about you and your family being selected for the program?
Oh, yeah. I've always felt like that we were selected due to the fact we didn't have a lot of money or resources or education, and they looked at our entire family and thought, well, look what we have here, because they do go after entire families regardless of your income. They go after families with modest means, families that are indigent, families that are very affluent, and every other socioeconomic position you can think of, because a lot of this is research. So I can see that they would like to find out how does the targeting affect a family or individual with modest means compared with a family with the opposite situation. Being in Fort Wayne, Indiana, that tells you right there, Fort Wayne. I was not in the military, but one of the jobs that I have worked before would be considered, I guess, paramilitary. I worked for neighborhood code enforcement in one of their departments, but I was just, barely entry level. I was making $4.25 an hour in 1992. And for a while, I thought they might have put me in this program, just like I thought from my very first job that I had is listed my job as an independent researcher. That's how long I've been attending these, because we had a sonic attack done to our home in the late 80s, and Fort Wayne, Indiana doesn't have any kind of earthquakes or anything like that. And, we were just sitting upstairs one time, and we didn't know any better. It's like two giant hands came and took hold of our house and shook it. Thankfully, nobody was hurt, but we got out of there immediately, and we looked around, and, there wasn't any broken glass or any emergency personnel any place. Anything to indicate that we were in a sinkhole or anything was going on. It wasn't storming or anything. We didn't have a great big storm that had occurred. It's like, it's one of those moments where you just shake your head and think, what could be happening here? also for anybody that's in Florida, I lived in Lakeland, Florida, my family and I, and ironically, the year 1984, George Orwell, we only lived there for a very short time, not quite 4 months. And then we returned to Fort Wayne, Indiana. And I was 11 at the time and really couldn't do much about it. I had to go back to Fort Wayne with them. So, but I want to thank you for having me on here tonight.
So question, your parents, were they aware that they were being targeted from the...
It was mostly just my mother that I was with. For a while I thought my father put us in this program, but I don't think so. It's just we didn't have a lot of contact with him. He chose to leave us. And I thought originally for a while that she might have put me in the program some kind of way. Because of the lack of education, I wonder sometimes if they coerced her into signing something and she didn't know any better what she was signing. Because we didn't have a lot of money, maybe they told her, look, if you don't sign this, then you're going to be responsible for your blind child's medical bills. So they have all kinds of ways they can coerce people into doing stuff like that. So I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know if any of us will ever know how we got in, what list we even are on. Or maybe that's something. Hopefully down the road we'll be able to uncover.
Yes, ma'am. I hope we all get those answers. Yeah. Yeah. Tell us more about your story, Ann.
Well, I have 24/7 V2K. I have a hologram. Like I was explaining before, the hologram is a picture that they can make an image, and they can send that to you through whatever delivery system they're using for V2K. I don't know all the technical particulars of that, so bear with me. I just know the terminology, what a hologram is. Mine is a window, and it's very, very bright. I was born partially sighted, and they took my eyesight away from me because of through the microwave attacks, and just the stress of being a TI. When you have a disease like retinitis pigmentosa, that is very, very sensitive to any kind of stressors that those that have RP are going through. That can cause you to lose your eyesight prematurely. I mean, this technology out here is supposed to be used to help all of us, to help us be healthy and thrive in our communities and our families, not out here to weaken us and break us down and oppress us. I mean, it just hurts my heart so much that they've got all this money to target me, and I'm not even able to get food stamps so I can eat better, And it's like, it's very hard to feel like a human being, under all this. So you might hear me on some calls saying I'm the V2K Warrior. I am, and I'm not going to back off. I'm not only speaking up for myself, but I'm speaking up for those that are afraid to speak up or not able to speak up. One of my operators came on one night and said she is going to have to look at that window for the rest of her life. It's very bright. It will not go away. It's like they took every light bulb in the known world and put it right here behind my eyeball, behind my eyelids, because I can close my eyes and I can still see that. They piggyback that with my photopsias. Photopsia is a real medical condition. When somebody loses their eyesight, your eyes and your brain will play tricks on you that aren't very funny. So you can see flashes of phantom light. So I have that, and then I have what they created, the hologram in the shape of a window. So when they say she's going to have to look at that window the rest of her life, I don't know what window it is that they're talking about. Like the window to what? To a building, or just... It goes on 24, get a break from it. And there's times when it's not as bright, but it keeps me awake. It gives me headaches from time to time, and there's nothing I can do about it. And I mean, it's bad enough I have to look at that all day and all night. But I also have the dream manipulation. That's what a lot of other TIs have as well. And I also have to put up with the nonstop chatterbot. And I also have live operators.
You all right?
And I have the tinnitus also that people have. I was born listening to a tone in my left ear. And I assumed, growing up that everybody was born listening to that. It didn't hurt my ears or my head or anything. It's a good thing I never said anything about it either, because it's just not a good idea. And there were times I'd be in my room at night as a child listening to it, because it would change in pitch. Like, where is that coming from? Like if I didn't have a radio on or anything. I didn't hear it during the day so much because I was at school interacting with, I was in special ed at first, and then I was mainstream, and was interacting with the other students and teachers and that, and didn't hear it because all the other noise in the classroom would kind of eat that up, where you couldn't hear the tone. The only way I would hear it is like at night in a room where there wasn't a lot of TV or anything else on. So.
And I know I've had.
I just go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Go on, Ann.
You had a what? I think there's a slight. I know they're messing with the calls. They're messing with everybody's calls.
I was going to ask. I know.
It seems like there's a little bit of a delay.
Okay, sorry about that. I'm just going to get closer to my computer.
Okay.
I know that you and we've had conversations about shielding, and you've tried a lot of things. What has worked for you in terms of your V2K and other targeting attacks?
I've had good luck with Kevlar sleeves. I need to buy some. Kevlar can come in all different formats. You can get vests made of Kevlar. That's what a lot of the military and the police can wear to protect them. And it's all different price ranges. I mean, you can get like a key fob that's made out of Kevlar. You can get, I got a welding blanket one time that was edged in Kevlar. and that helped. You can cover yourself up with it, or you can, because it withstands, that particular one, it said in the ad that, because I bought it from eBay, that it would withstand up to 1,400 degrees of heat. So so that helped. And the Kevlar sleeves, they have more than one use. I used them as leg warmers. I used them as a pair of shoes one time. And they had the kind I had the little hole where you could put your thumb through. Because what they were designed for was to work on a hot manifold or something mechanical, so you didn't burn yourself. Tried all different earphones, because we're not under any legal obligation to listen to the V2K. I refuse to listen to it. So if they wanna get, play tough guy with me, they can just keep playing it, because I'm not gonna listen to what they have to say. I'm not gonna be intimidated. And I think it's pretty pathetic, to do this to anybody, but to do it to anybody that's disabled and already has enough barriers to deal with, and then you want to pile more on our plates as disabled persons? Yeah, thanks a lot. So, also, shielding can be in the form of learning about what's going on, because knowledge is power. And once you learn some techniques on how to deal with it, you're going to be able to deal with V2K a lot easier, I promise.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, ma'am.
So when will this interview be able to be accessed on YouTube?
So I'm hoping that right after the call, I'll export it and get it uploaded to YouTube.
Hi, Ann.
That'll be wonderful. Yes. Hey, how are you tonight?
Hi, Ann. This is Alan from Salem. It's great to hear from you. I was wondering, when was the first time, or around what time or what event did you realize that you were part of this, and there was a name for it, like targeted individual, and realize, or what caused you to realize that you were part of a program?
Well, I just had kind of an inkling, even as a preteen, that something was going on. I didn't know what to call it. I knew better not to even so much as whisper about it, even to my very best friend, or any of the teachers or anybody I interacted with, because just because I'm blind doesn't mean that I'm not conscious about what's going on in the world. And I don't know, I looked into the future one time, and I really didn't like what I saw there. And I don't know. It's just, I couldn't put my finger on it. There was just so much stuff going on. And because I've dealt with, being low income, just had all kinds of strange happenings. And my family, and just different things, the asset stripping, the vandalizing of property, just stuff going on in the neighborhood, different things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you from?
Salem.
Oh, you're from Salem.
Salem, Oregon, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, for me it was being able to go to that Portland rally with, it was in 2019, the Ella Free, And just about a year or so before that, with the internet and all the realization that for many, 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 many years, and but with the V2K in 2015, I didn't know there was a name for it, but I just knew somebody was messing with me, and I didn't know there was a name for it, just some weird voice thing. And so I know exactly what you mean about having people just yapping just nonstop, and so, but I definitely appreciate what you're going through and what you and Devin are helping. They never do. Yeah, they're always yapping.
They never shut up.
No. Once in a while I can watch TV.
I don't know, it just seems like my only purpose is to be their little guinea pig or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I try to rise above that. And they had their fun with me. I'm going to make sure they can't have any more of it.
Right.
But there's other disabled people out there that have V2K too. So I'm definitely standing up and speaking up for them.
Mm-hmm.
The ones that aren't able to speak up and say, I have V2K and I'm also have a disability. Because I need people to know what's going on out there. Yes.
Hello, Ann. Hello, may I make a comment, please? Hi, this is Betty from Alabama.
Yes.
And hi, and Ann. Are you familiar with Constance? She's one of our blind sweet sisters. I would love for you to meet her.
Oh yes.
So I don't have her number.
Oh, I know Constance and her daughter. I've known them for.
Oh, okay.
I know her.
Okay.
Yeah, I've known Constance and her daughter for 5 years.
Okay. I was just thinking about that.
I met her on Ella's call.
Yes. Okay. Well, she's very active and busy. I'm surprised she's not on this call. But okay, that's all. Excuse me, but that's what I wanted to let you know about Constance. Yes. Okay then. Well, thank you all very much.
Yes.
And you're so precious, and you're so precious.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Thank you.
Yes. I am a state contact for the state of Missouri. Became a state contact just a couple of weeks ago. I mean, blindness is not my only thing I have to deal with as far as adversity. I have fibromyalgia and related conditions, and then they saddled me with increased V2K. Because you can have silent V2K. I know it sounds strange, silent V2K, where you're not going to really hear anything.
Question for you, Ann. What helped
me? They kept me awake in 2008 for over a week with their V2K. I mean, imagine that, going an entire week without sleeping.
And someone in the Natalie in the chat, she wanted to know, will you share with us how you shield the voices and not let them get to you?
Yeah. Hello, Natalie. Glad you could be on tonight. I've tried different headphones. I just would like to clarify something for those of us that have V2K. Mine, the sound is like right outside the door. They can move it around where it's over here by the window. They can move the sound wherever they want to, where you think it's coming from your neighbors upstairs, but it's not. They want you to think that way, so you'll go up there and start something. But And other people, it's just like it sounds, just like it's inside of their skull. Well, they have to listen to that day and night, night and day. So there's different types of V2K, and according to Dr. Robert Duncan, he was a guest on one of the shows back in the summer, and I told him about my V2K, and unfortunately my phone glitched out on me right when he was giving his answer, but at least I can still retrieve the program and listen to his response. He says it sounded like I had more than one type of V2K. It's like, yeah, no argument about on the top end of V2K material that they can can you all imagine what it's like to have to look at a bright light 24/7 and then have to listen to what I have to listen to 24/7? And it's like, this is where our money's going? It's like, are you kidding me? But there's different earphones and earplugs you can try out. Heavy metal detox, that can help, because they load us up with, they want to turn us into batteries to make us more receptive to what they're trying to do. It's a lot of different modalities you can try to make you less aware of V2K. It's not going to turn it off by any means. Oh, that's what they gripe about. Oh, she's going to turn it off for V2K. Yes, that's what I'm absolutely going to do. That's my goal. And so what? If I turn it off, what are they going to do about it? They try to turn it on me again, I'll turn it right back off, and we'll just keep going until whatever. But I'm not gonna listen to it. I'm not gonna be intimidated. I have bigger fish to fry, and they've ruined so much of my life with this V2K business. And this whole program, I get microwave attacks. Whenever I walk, they shake. It's as if they're shaking the floor from underneath my feet. They want me to fall and get hurt. It doesn't matter to them that I'm hurt enough, but that don't make any difference to them. Somebody told me one time it might be coming from the V2K, and somebody else felt like it was like an ultrasonic attack, where they're not shaking the floor, they're shaking me. So every time I walk anywhere, and if it's an area that's just been mopped or something, or has any moisture, then they can increase how hard they push with the microwave attack to get me to fall. So anybody else that's going through this, if you have safety railings in your bathroom, please use them. You'll be glad you did. Also, the socks that have the little rubber grippers on the bottom, that's helped a lot too, to kind of break up some of that.
I hear them a lot through like white noise, like when I turn on the fan.
Any other?
When I turn on like the fan or the AC.
That's very helpful.
And also
that is very, very helpful.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you sound great.
Okay. I hear them a lot when I like go to the bathroom. I turn on the fan or the AC. A lot of the times they come through there. I've been listening to certain like soundscapes to help at nighttime. Yeah, it's very frustrating. I've also like seen the holograms and things of that nature in the past. I had a question. I forgot what it was. But or maybe like through running water or white noise. I hear them a lot through that.
Mm-hmm.
And
So
I've
they
been
can
hearing them.
penetrate what it is you're listening to.
Well, I used to live in L.A. When I ride the subway, I heard like hundreds of them. Very frustrating. Anyways, I'll let you.
Yeah, I've heard different testimonials of people that went scuba diving or were very far down in an area where you think the V2K would reach, and they could still hear that. I've heard of people that have taken cruise ships on vacation or whatever, and they were still able to hear it out there. I've heard of people who have left the country, and guess what was waiting for them when they got off in the new country? Yep, you guessed it, V2K.
Crazy.
So there is an app out there you might want to check out. It's called, oh, go on, I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry, so someone in the chat, Chris, they wanted to know, have you had paranoia? And have you taken steps? What steps have you taken to deal with that?
Have I had what?
Have you had paranoia? And if so, what steps have you taken to deal with that?
Well, I haven't had anything like that. But Dave Case can be helpful sometimes. Mm-hmm. It's the anti-tinnitus V2K. I know when you first turn it on, it doesn't bother me. I'd rather listen to that than, you know. But what you can do with that is, if you don't want to listen to it through headphones or anything, you can put the headphones around your neck and the little speakers. You can play it, you know, in your open environment. Just put it in the CD player and turn it on. You don't have to turn it up real loud where it's going to bother anybody. You can just turn it on at a low level, I guess, and it even is supposed to be helpful. There's a website out there called My Noise, where you can go in and you can make custom white noise, pink noise. I get a lot of relief from pink noise. And you can customize how vigorously, I guess is the word I'm looking for. I'm not good with the terminology as far as sounds and audio engineering and that. But some of the pink noise recordings that I played, you know, were very soft, and then others were a little bit more vigorous. So you can totally, through My Noise, adjust that to your personal comfort level. That's going to help you out the most. And then you can blend in other sounds and make that into what you want it to be. Kashi bells. It has a list of different activities. Sounds for sleep, sounds to focus. You can try classical music. It's a lot you can try listening to kind of help you tune it out. I mean, it's like I said, it's very, very exhausting to try to deal with it, but I deal with it the best way that I can. Any other questions? Questions, yes. Comments?
Yeah. What helps you stay motivated? What helps you stay positive? What inspires you?
Well, I love to read quite a bit. I love to read memoirs about other people that have overcome a great deal of adversity. I've been into that genre ever since I can remember. Voracious reader. And love to help people, love to volunteer wherever I can. I know I'm going to enjoy my work as a state contact. I've been helping other TIs out since I came into the TI community a little over 5 years ago. And just if you can take up a hobby or join a book club or join an organization and volunteer, that's going to help. Anything to raise your resonance, that's going to help a lot. So.
Right. Thank you for that. Thank you. So
I really like to see. Yes.
Yes. Go ahead. What were you saying?
Oh, dude. I just wanted to say that I would love to hear other people's stories, but we definitely need to have more disabled people step up if they can, and let people know about what 2K is going on, and that way we can develop some modalities to help those that are profoundly disabled come up with some ways to. I've always been interested in adaptive equipment, assistive technology, and stuff like that, because somebody that's profoundly disabled, they're not going to be able to get up and put the Dave K CD on or go turn on an audio book that they like. Any other questions, comments?
Yes. Does anyone else have any questions for Ann? If you dialed in, you might have been muted. If you're having trouble being heard, please press *6 to unmute yourself.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello. Good evening.
Hi, can you hear me, Ann?
Yeah, you sound good.
Okay, this is Gina. I think I've spoken with you a couple of times before. I'm looking for some people maybe in the North Carolina area. I don't know if you have those kind of contacts. Specifically, I kind of need somebody to like go shopping with, like food shopping. I mean, it wouldn't have to be that often, maybe like, I don't know, once every couple of months or something.
Like a buddy system, huh?
Yeah, because I feel as if they're trying to set me up, and I'm not exactly sure what they...
That's not a half...
Uh-huh.
That's not a half bad idea. Well, my only thought on that is you can reach out to the North Carolina call, because I thought I came across something on the TI page, that's tievents.org page, regarding a call for North Carolina, so that would be a good place, and just getting the message around. I don't know too many other North Carolina people. It seems like everybody's kind of spread out.
Mhm.
So if somebody is, like, how far are you from Charlotte?
I want to say 3 hours.
Oh man, that's okay.
I mean, I wouldn't even mind like meeting somebody halfway. Do you know what I mean? If they wanted to do that, they could pick like a point. And
of course.
Yeah, that might even make people feel safer, because then, you don't necessarily have to car share, but you could meet up at a certain point and then really the point is just going into the store together. So, yeah.
Well, how do you feel about going to the grocery store at odd hours, like really early in the morning?
Oh yeah, that's when I was going. I would go like very early in the morning, and it's just that it's become more intense. So I do not know
Or
exactly what they're up to, because I mean, some of these people are using their children. I think they're trafficking these children. I don't even know if in some cases these children are their children. You know what I mean? It's like they have the child, but I don't know that it's actually their kid, or what they might want to, try to set up. So I'm wanting to avoid any kind of arrest or jail or, being put into some kind of hospital or something. That's my main concern.
Yeah. Well, sometimes that's the only way to get stuff done is to take a buddy with you.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe shop at a different grocery store. That's all I can think of since I don't drive. Well,
Right.
I don't know. Call me up one of these days. We can put our heads together and see what else we can come up with.
Okay. I do have your number. I mean, unless it's changed, but I think it's the same number.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
The parent was able to persuade Through V2K to lock in.
Okay, hello.
Containing a key that those two gullible guests
Hello?
will be up for elimination. The parent will choose one of them to face the demand.
Hello?
I can hear you. I don't know if other people can. Yeah, I can.
Hello.
I can hear.
Oh, hi. I'm Derek from Wisconsin, and you guys ever heard of the Bukowski experiment? I believe it is. It's you ever heard of electroculture at all? He's got this thing that you can put on a fan, and you mount it on an oscillating fan, and then it takes away all the negative stuff. I was trying to find it here. You can get it off. You can get it off from Applicum.
They had those fans. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. And,
yeah, if you Google,
they work.
If you Google how to make your electroculture 100 times more powerful in 1 minute, and you'll see the old man, and then he'll show you the fan. He put it on an oscillating fan, and he says it'll make you live happier, and even your neighbors miles away will feel happier. Now, I kind of believe the guy.
The fans got metal blades. The fans got metal blades on them.
No, the fan's plastic. It's a plastic fan, oscillating fan, and you mount this vortex type. It's like gold plated, and you can get them off of Etsy or Applicum. But if you Google how to make your electroculture 100 times more powerful in 1 minute. I'm still yet to order myself one, but it comes from another country. But you bolt it onto your fan, on the front of your fan, and then when the fan is spinning and oscillating, it blows all the bad frequencies away from you and shit. But I'm still waiting to get one. But I mean, I just came across it in my notes here today, so I figured I'd share it with people.
How do you decipher what dream manipulation and what isn't? Are there any tips that you have?
You know, I'm completely blind, but when I dream, since I was born partially sighted, I still have the same colors and vision in my dreams that I did before I lost my eyesight. That never went away like I thought it might. And I figured once I lost my eyesight, when I would be to the dreaming stage of my sleep cycle, I figured it would be with no visuals. Because I used to go to school with somebody that was totally blind, and I asked him what it was like when he would dream, because he was blinded since birth because he was a premature baby, given too much oxygen. They used to call it retrolental fibroplasia, but for over the last, I don't know, maybe 20, 30 years, they call it just simply ROP, retinopathy of prematurity. And he said that, the only thing he got in his dreams was just the sounds of like people talking or movement, but there wasn't any visuals at all. But my dreams have color, because I used to see color at one time, not like a sighted person would see them. I couldn't differentiate the pastel colors. It'd have to be the primary ones. And the blues and greens were always a problem, which that's actually a symptom of retinitis pigmentosa. One of the symptoms of retinitis pigmentosa. There's a lot of people that have that hereditary condition, and they're out here practicing medicine. So not everybody that has that eye disease is going to end up blind, due to the fact that my family didn't have a lot of resources. So naturally, I got subpar medical care like I've always had. Any other questions?
Are there any other questions for Ann tonight? All right. Well, Ann, thank you so much for coming on tonight and sharing your story, answering the questions from the viewers here. I know you've offered a lot of people great insight, and everyone has thoroughly enjoyed getting to hear your experiences and your hope. So thank you for coming on and joining and sharing.
Wonderful. Thank you for allowing me to give my presentation and letting me answer other people's questions, and just generally offering this meeting for those of us that are seeking comfort and solace from the ravages of V2K. It's your V2K Warrior in St. Louis, Missouri, wishing everybody all the best. Thanks again for letting me be a guest speaker tonight. I look forward for future speaking engagements.